This man claimed he traveled to the future. And his evidence will shock you. Throughout history, there have been countless stories of people who claim to have traveled through time. Some of these accounts have been dismissed as hoaxes, while others remain unexplained mysteries that continue to baffle experts. But one of the most astonishing cases comes from a man who insisted that he had visited the future and returned with shocking evidence. Is it possible that time travel is real? Could this man have truly witnessed events yet to come? Let's dive deep into his mind-blowing story. The mysterious disappearance. It all started in 2006 when a man named John Vargas went missing from his home in California. Friends and family searched for him for weeks, but he was nowhere to be found. Authorities assumed he had either run away or met with foul play. But then, months later, he reappeared under extremely bizarre circumstances. John claimed that he hadn't been kidnapped, lost, or in hiding. Instead, he insisted that he had been transported to the year 2083 and had spent months living in a futuristic society. His story seemed outrageous, but what made it even stranger was the evidence he claimed to have brought back. The future society. According to John, the world in 2083 was nothing like today. Cities were massive, stretching miles into the sky with buildings that defied gravity. Cars as we know them no longer existed. People traveled in floating pods that used anti-gravity technology. Pollution was almost entirely gone, and artificial intelligence controlled most aspects of daily life. He described a society where governments had become obsolete, replaced by a system where AI made all major decisions based on logic and fairness. People no longer worked traditional jobs. Instead, they pursued personal growth, creativity, and exploration. Robots and automation handled all necessary labor, allowing humanity to focus on higher pursuits. But while it sounded like a utopia, John warned that the road to this future wasn't easy. The global catastrophe. One of the most chilling things John spoke about was a massive global event that would take place in the late 2030s. According to him, a series of environmental disasters would shake the world, leading to massive flooding in coastal cities, extreme heat waves, and resource shortages. Millions of people would be displaced, and nations would struggle to maintain order. The disasters would trigger global economic collapse, forcing countries to rethink their dependence on outdated energy sources and industrial systems. John claimed that only after reaching the brink of destruction did humanity finally unite to create new technologies that would reshape the world. However, he insisted that this catastrophe was what forced humanity to innovate. He claimed that by the 2050s, humanity had discovered new sources of energy, abandoned fossil fuels entirely, and begun colonizing other planets. Mars had been successfully terraformed, and space travel had become commonplace for the average citizen. The shocking evidence. Skeptics, of course, demanded proof. John did not disappoint. He claimed to have brought back several objects from the future, including a small, sleek device with no buttons or visible seams. When he demonstrated it, the device appeared to project holographic images and respond to his voice commands in ways that seemed impossible for current technology. Even more astonishingly, he produced what he claimed was a photograph taken in 2083. The image showed a futuristic cityscape, unlike anything seen today. Experts who analyzed the photo could not determine how it was made. There were no signs of digital manipulation, and the buildings depicted did not match any current architecture. Additionally, he spoke of upcoming technological breakthroughs that, at the time, seemed impossible. He described medical advancements that would allow people to live well past 150 years, the eradication of certain diseases, and even the ability to upload human consciousness into digital form. The scientific theories. Scientists have long debated the possibility of time travel. While many dismiss it as fiction, some theories in physics suggest that it might be possible. Einstein's theory of relativity allows for the concept of time dilation, where time moves differently for objects traveling at extreme speeds. Could John have unknowingly stumbled into a natural time warp or some undiscovered phenomenon? Some physicists even suggest that time travel might be achieved through wormholes, hypothetical shortcuts through space-time. If such wormholes exist, could John have accidentally fallen through one and landed in the future? Quantum mechanics introduces another possibility: parallel universes. Some theorists propose that time travelers wouldn't necessarily visit their own future but an alternate reality where different events unfold. Could John Vargas have jumped into one of these alternate timelines? The government's involvement. John's claims quickly attracted attention, not just from the public but from powerful organizations. Soon after sharing his story, he reported being approached by men in suits who he believed were government agents. They questioned him extensively about his experience, examined the objects he had brought back, and then, according to John, confiscated them. Shortly after, John stopped speaking publicly about his time travel experience. He claimed he had been threatened and warned never to talk about it again. Then he disappeared once more, this time for good. There are theories that John was either silenced by the government or taken into custody for further study. Some speculate that he was forced into a witness protection program, while others believe he was eliminated to prevent the truth from spreading. Other mysterious time travelers. John's story isn't the only bizarre time travel claim. Throughout history, there have been other cases of people who seemingly had knowledge of the future. One famous example is the legend of Andrew Carlson, a man who supposedly made impossible stock market predictions before vanishing without a trace. Then there's the case of the time-traveling hipster, a man spotted in a 1940s photograph wearing what appears to be modern sunglasses and a graphic t-shirt. Could these stories be connected? Could John Vargas have met other time travelers during his journey? Some suggest that time travelers operate in secrecy, occasionally revealing themselves by accident or necessity. Is time travel real? John's story remains one of the most mysterious and controversial accounts of time travel ever recorded. Some believe he was a hoaxer seeking attention. Others argue that his knowledge of future events and the technology he showed were too detailed to be fabricated. Could it be that time travel is real and that John Vargas truly glimpsed the future? Or was he simply a man with an extraordinary imagination? Until more evidence emerges, the mystery remains unsolved. What do you think? Could John have actually traveled through time? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-blowing stories.